Hi, this is Abhimanyu, and I have with me today Jim Sarbh, star of Rocket Boys, season 2 of which is now coming out. Jim, good to have you here. I'll try to keep it as less cliched as possible because I know you are tired of answering the same 50 questions over and over. So let's try to keep it different. But for the sake of posterity, I have to ask some questions that may be cliche. But
Absolutely.
so as we begin season 2, as we get into it, where is Homi now, and what is his state, and how is he different from season 1? Because we are pretty much extending the same arc there, but how is he different as a person?
This may seem obvious, but he's older. He's older,
Yeah.
and that means things. It means that he's matured. His passions are still there, but they've been tempered by the realities of life. I think he understands weakness better. I think he understands loss better. I think he doesn't have the same argument. It may be the same argument, but they're moving the argument forward now, or things that used to sting don't sting anymore.
Right.
Um, so I don't think he's a different person, not in the slightest. I think he always wanted to live life with passion and to squeeze the juice out of life
Right.
by living it with more intensity and having more constantly connecting creativity and science. Yeah, that's we see him.
Now, unlike season 1, season 2 doesn't have that wide spanning time frame where you grow from your late 20, early 30s to 50s. This is a much shorter time frame this time round. Does that make it easier as an actor when you don't have to age every episode, every shooting schedule, so as to say? Or
Well,
is that
80% before, no?
right?
So
Right.
all of that just happened then. So
So it wasn't like
you
a
know what I
different
mean?
experience.
No, it
Yeah.
was all part of the same experience, right? So
Right. So you were not you didn't have that experience of meeting an old friend again, as some actors say that when they
no, I did for the bits where we came back to
right.
we had to shoot the 20% and some patchwork and all of that. So yeah, it was like slipping. It's kind. I think of it like putting, finding the groove and putting the needle in the groove and hoping that the record will still play.
Right. And how do you go to that place? How do you find that needle and that
the
place that
impression the impression is already there, right? You're not finding
right.
something invisible. You're finding a groove that's already been cut
Mm,
out inside of yourself to an extent. So you're just trying to,
mm.
you know,
Right,
think
right.
into it. Which, when the script is really good and you've workshopped the lines even well before, it's very
Mm.
easy. I feel it's very easy to just slip into the groove.
I suppose it's easy once you've been doing it for a while because every actor has a process, right? I mean, you must have your own on in trying to get into the mind of a character. So I think it's you already know what the character is like. He's just grown older, mature, like you said. So once you have
Yeah,
that process in place, you can find your way to Homi's mind, heart, whatever place that is. Um,
totally. Or at least our version of Homie.
our version of Homi, exactly. Now, how we want to interpret him, how we want to present him.
Yeah.
Over the last 1 year, how many questions about the show were you asked at random places? Where like, when is season 2 coming out? When is season 2 coming out? Is there a count for it?
Yeah, a fair amount. I don't keep count, but a fair amount. Yeah. People
So were you
really
were you
responded well to the show, and I was really, the most surprising, not surprising, but the most
Hmm.
pleasurable thing for me was that the difference in ages of people who appreciated the show, right from very young people to a
Hmm.
lot of my friends' parents for the first time got my number to text me because they'd watched the show. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed having a nice wide audience because that's what every story wants, right? The story wants to be
Right.
heard. That's what it craves more than anything else.
So I was saying that as an
No,
artist, what is
no.
a bigger validation for you? What the critics or the authors are saying, or what your audience is telling you, which is sort of a bigger gives you a bigger high.
Both are nice in different ways.
Hmm.
Ultimately, of course, you want, as I said, you want more. The best part about what a story wants more than anything else is to be heard by people, by the most possible people. So, of course, you're going to enjoy it more if a large audience sees it, right?
Right. Right.
Then critics think it's amazing and nobody watches it. So, at the end of the day, you want people to watch it, right?
Right, right, right. I think the appeal of and immediate success, or whatever you want to call it, immediate appreciation is better than being just called, oh, cult classic. It was appreciated 10 years down the line. Back then, not
Right.
many people watched it, but I mean, it's that's good as well. But sometimes you want that appreciation right then and there. That's just sweeter
Totally.
sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But on this
I mean,
show, like you said,
and I'm
sorry,
used to an even faster feedback loop.
across age groups, people were liking the show and your portrayal and everything. Did you
Yeah.
really anticipate the show to become sort of this big, this popular? Because every artist wants that they think should be popular, well received, but you never sort of put a number to it, right? You can't do that in a creative world. But did you anticipate this sort of a, I won't use the word craze, but this sort of mass popularity for something as something about two scientists, basically?
I don't think any story, I don't think any subject is immune from great storytelling. Any story, any subject can tell, can be the backdrop for a great story. Um, and in this particular case, right from the first scripting level, it was so exciting to read about what happened to these two men and the friendship that they carried on for so long, and the political ambitions, the scientific ambitions, the personal creative ambitions. It was, there's never a doubt that the show is exciting. And I
Mm.
think while we worked on it, we knew that we were working on something special, but I can't say that we could anticipate how it would be received because that's impossible.
Right, right, right. Just to wrap it up, one kind of final question I always like to ask actors is that, we always use this word typecast. I'm gonna not going to use that because it's a very cliched word. But my question is that when you perform a certain kind of role, when you do certain kinds of things, you are
I'm
sort
going
of
to
put in a
say
box.
the same thing, but with more
Yeah,
words.
I just
I'm going to
get it out, put
use
it in a different
20
manner.
words to say this one
Yeah.
word because I know he
No, no, but
doesn't like this one word. Hmm.
my question is a little different here. I hope you see
Ah,
that. But
I
what I'm
hope to
trying to
see
say
it
is
as well.
people tend to try and put people in boxes when they're like, oh, this is successful. This, have you ever been told that this is not what you can do? Oh no, this role is too serious, too fun, too do this for you. Have you ever been sort of put in a
No,
box that way?
no, I don't think so. I
Okay.
don't think so. I mean, it would probably be a lot harder for me to play a villager in Karnataka, than
Agreed.
to play Dr. Homi
Mm.
Bhabha, let's say.
Mm.
So, I mean, good casting is a very important thing as well. You have to cast
Right.
somebody that looks and feels believable in the role. So that doesn't mean that it has to be the exact ethnicity. Like, for example, nobody complains when Nasiruddin Shah plays a Parsi, let's say. He does
Yeah.
it so well. But
Mm.
there's an immediate believability about it because he looks like he could be, right? So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
that
Agreed. Agreed.
advantage.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he's a great actor and a great mimic. So he can do all
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
those things as well. So I don't think it's a hard and fast rule, but yeah, I think actors do have limitations, and I think that's fine. That's not an
Right.
issue.
But when you're young, you tend to believe that you don't have limitations. When was like your sort of like there's a time in everyone's life I remember in mind when I sort of realized, no, that I used to think I'm Superman, but I'm not. That happens in early 20s. For me, it happened in my early 20s, and I realized I have limitations. There are people far better than me at doing what I am doing. Was there ever sort of a moment for you which was sobering for you? Then when you realize, okay, I used to think I was a lot better, not maybe better, but like, had higher hopes from myself. And okay, this person is doing so great or whatever it is.
No, I don't think there was any one particular moment, but it's a
Mm.
constant little thing, right? That is there where you doubt yourself, or you have imposter syndrome, or you think somebody can do it better than you, or you wonder why you were cast in that thing. I think that's a very natural and normal
Yeah.
human process. And I
Yeah.
don't think that there's anything to be done apart from just understand that it can pop up every now and then and look at
Yeah.
it and manage it and move on also.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
guess
think.
if you fixate on it and flounder with it, then that's when you obviously you won't be able to do anything because you'll be stuck in a kind of
Yeah, exactly.
jail cell of your own creation.
Thanks, Jim. This was wonderful, and thanks for the
Thank you.
cameo once again.
Cameo.
Yeah, looking
Cameo.
forward to that again. Looking forward to seeing you again as well. And all the best. Take care. This has been great.
Thank you, Abhimanyu. Bye.
Bye.